Ria, I have something important to discuss with you. What is it? It's important. What time are you coming home tonight? I'm out now, so I don't think I'll be home until very late. Can we speak tomorrow? Where are you and what are you doing? I'd like you to come home as soon as possible so that we can talk. It's really important that we talk tonight. But I told you I'm out. Can't this wait? Or better yet, can you speak to Kevin about it? By the way, are you at the house right now? I am. I'll be waiting for you at my parents' house. I want you to come home as soon as possible. Where's Kevin today? He's still at work and hasn't come home yet. Where are you now? Do I have to tell you that? I don't think that's something that I need to share with you. Where you go is not my business, but if it's not that important, I'd like you to prioritize family today. I'd like you to come home right away. What's going on? If it's so urgent, can't you just tell me now? Fine, I'll ask you over chat. What did you do with my father's bank book? Huh? What bank book are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about, right? The fact that you're lying about it means that you're guilty. I was shocked to find out what you did, and used all of his money without asking for permission. I have no idea what you're talking about. You're being ludicrous. Can you ask Kevin about it? Don't involve Kevin. We know that you did it on your own. If you're not going to confess, we could just report it to the police. Is that a threat? Why are you making such a big deal about a lost bank book? Your father has gone senile and he probably lost his bank book. I'm sure of it. I'm sure he's not even looking for it. My father is not senile and he also suspects that you took his bank book from him. You don't know that he's senile because you don't live with him. He's very forgetful these days. The issue is not whether my father is forgetful or not. We found the missing bank book in your room. What? Well, if you found it, what's the problem? The room also belongs to Kevin. I'm not the only one that uses that room. How could you go into our room without permission? That's an invasion of privacy. You're the one committing a crime here, not me. You don't seem to get it. My father called me to say that his bank book was missing, and then I spoke to Kevin about it. So you already spoke to Kevin then? If you already got in touch with him, why get in touch with me too? Kevin gave me permission to go into your room. Well, I certainly didn't give you permission to go through my stuff. And I found the missing bank book in one of the drawers. You took the bank book that had the most money in it. And I saw that you had taken all the money out. What did you do with the money? Why are you asking me? I don't know. I'm sure that your father used the money for something and forgot about it. Either way, this has nothing to do with me. I see. If that's how you're going to play it. My father is clearly in distress because of what you did to him. You used up all the money that he had saved for his post-retirement. How many times do I have to tell you? It wasn't me. Don't blame me. You don't have any proof. You need to calm down. I think you're the one that needs to calm down. The way you write your chats isn't a style that is used by most people in their 30s. You need to grow up a little. My friends tell me that I sound young for my age. I'm sure that they're complimenting me. I don't think they're complimenting you. You committed a crime. Even if you're married to my brother, it's a crime if you take a family member's money without their consent. Why do you think I did it? It wasn't me. Who else could it be? This is serious. You committed a crime. I went to the bank with my father. They told us that a woman had come into the bank several times with my father's bank seal and taken out money from the account. They showed me that person's signature and it was your name on the papers. Oh, so you know then. I didn't think the bank would show the signed papers to anyone. Don't they know what client confidentiality means? Well, the account belongs to my father, so I think he has every right to know who took money from his account. What did you use the money for? Why do I need to tell you that? Your father lives on his own, and it's not like he needed the money for anything. He doesn't have to provide for your mother anymore, and Kevin pays some money to your father as rent. So he won't miss any of the money that I spent. It's not like he can take the money with him when he dies. I was just helping him to make good use of his money. You're not making any sense to me. What I mean is there's no point in having all this money if you're not going to use it. Your father should be thanking me for using his money. I really don't understand your logic. It makes no sense to me. You committed a serious crime and I'm going to report it to the police. But this is a family matter. Why do you need to bring the police into this? I live under the same roof as your father, so his things are mine and my things are his. It's okay to share because we're family. The police won't take this seriously. Considering the amount that you stole, this is a big deal. I think that it makes sense to involve the police because my father never agreed to give you his money. I've already spoken to Kevin about this. Well, I'm sure that Kevin can pay back your father from his salary. It's not a big deal. I don't work, so I can't pay back the money even if I wanted to. Is this a joke to you? Do you think that this is funny? Like I said earlier, I only spent the money because your father had no use for it. I did him a favor. I'm sure that if your father understands where I'm coming from, he'd want to thank me. So you have no remorse for what you did. You stole money and you have the nerve to say that you did something good? You're unbelievable, you know that? You're not listening to me. I've been listening, but you're not making any sense. And my father tells me that you're always out and never at the house. If you don't work, what do you do all day? That's not something that I need to share with you. You don't help with the chores at all, so my father's been taking care of the house on his own. You don't even cook for my father or Kevin. They eat takeout every night. Do you even care about their health? Do I have to prepare the meals by myself? I buy their dinner and leave it on the table so they can eat it when they like. What's the problem here? I had no idea that you and your father were saying mean things about me behind my back. I'm very hurt. I know that you're at the casino right now. What? I know that you have a gambling addiction. Kevin told me about it, and he also told me that you promised that you'd stop gambling when you guys got engaged. Kevin believes that you've been keeping your promise to him, but if he knew that you were at the casino right now, what would he think of you? What casino are you at? Fine, I won't deny it. I'm at the casino. I didn't win any money today, so I'm taking a break and chatting with you. You're delusional. Kevin is also crazy for falling in love with you. You were his first serious girlfriend, so he didn't know any better. Kevin loves me for who I am. Kevin has agreed to take this matter to the police. I'm sure that Kevin will talk to you after he gets off work, but he wants to divorce you. So you should be prepared for that. Huh? A divorce? Kevin would never leave me. He loves me too much. I don't think that Kevin feels the same way. What? Kevin did love you very much, but when he found out that you stole his father's money, he was shocked to see the least. And if he finds out that you're still gambling, basically he married a liar. So you used our father's hard-earned money on gambling. It's unforgivable. Look, I haven't spoken to Kevin yet, and you're putting words in his mouth. I'm going to clear the air with Kevin when I see him later. You can say what you want, but I won't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. Right back at you. Yeah, whatever. You can make up all the excuses that you want, but I won't believe a word that you say to me. The only thing I ask is that you return the money that you stole and that you move out of the house. I never want to see your face again. I live there. You can't kick me out of my own house. We can't let you back into the house. You might steal something. I'm going to stay with my father and Kevin tonight, so if you want to try to come home, I won't let you in. Why don't you sleep outside, you ungrateful bitch? Rhea came home from the casino, but her sister-in-law Ariel wouldn't let her into the house. She was taken to the police station after Ariel called the police on her. Kevin apologized to his father for what his wife had done. After a family discussion, Kevin decided to divorce Rhea and report the stealing of his father's money to the police. Rhea didn't have a place to live, a job, or any savings, so she was desperate to get Kevin to forgive her and take her back. But Kevin no longer wanted anything to do with her and shut her out completely. It seems that a difficult future lies ahead for Rhea. Alright, so I'm counting on you starting today. Huh? What are you counting on me for? I told you, starting today I'm going to be going back to work because I didn't have any more days off from labor. Did you forget? Oh, yeah, you did say that, but what does that have anything to do with me? Huh? I asked you to take care of my kid. I remember specifically asking for your help. I told you no, though. I'll tell you again. No. I have kids of my own, too. You can't just say no now. I have to go into work for real tomorrow. I'm only gonna say hello and check in for today and I'll come back, but... Wait, you're not telling me you haven't quit your part-time job yet, right? I'm not going to quit. I told you that I wouldn't be quitting my part-time job. Then how the hell are you going to look after my adorable twins? I told you I can't. I have a part-time job and I have 2 kids of my own. So what? Your kids are both old, middle school and high school. They barely require any help from you. No one cares about them. I definitely care about them. And not to mention they're both very active in sports. I'm really busy right now moving them around. I also have my part-time job for the 10th time. Part-time work is just like playtime anyway. Just quit that silly job of yours. And come take care of my kids at no cost, okay? I can't do that. You want me to look after your infants and take care of the house for free, right? That's what you're asking for? I don't have the leisure to do that kind of thing for you. Just so you understand, Ms. Part-Time, you might not be able to comprehend because of your tiny little brain, but my job has a lot of responsibility, unlike you. Also, I was pregnant for the first time at 40, and they're twins to make things more difficult. Your brother went overseas for his work. He won't be back for another half a year. You don't want to help out your poor old sister-in-law? Well, then you better get a move on and find a daycare. Even more so if you really want to go back to work. It's not that I want to go back to work. I'm going to go back to work by tomorrow morning. So I can't be having this discussion with you right now. Okay, then you better start looking right now. At least try to find a babysitter or something. That's why I'm asking you. Why don't you pay someone professional? Someone who's certified to take care of your kids. I don't have any more money. Fertility treatments cost a lot of money, you know. Then you should ask your own siblings. You have sisters, right? Their kids should also be fairly old now, so they shouldn't have any issues there. I don't want to cause any problems with my actual sisters. You guys all live close by anyway. You're basically obligated to help me. Didn't James tell you anything? Sure, he talked to me about it. I also turned his offer down too. Why the hell did you do that? Your kids won't be going to college anyway. There's no reason for you, the wife, to be working anyway. It doesn't matter if you quit at all, so just quit that job and come take care of my kids. You're seriously talking crazy right now. Besides, let's do a little review. You have 2 boys at your house. I have all girls. I can't really feel safe about that, can I? I'm going to have them stay at your parents' house. Wait, did I read that right? You said my parents' house? Yeah, my parents' house is too far from here. My mom isn't around and my father needs to be looked after. I don't have any other choice but to have them looked after at your house. If you take care of them there, it all works out perfectly. I want you to let them eat at least 3 meals a day at your parents' house. I work late often, so it really helps. What? I never agreed to any of that crap. My mother is also sick right now, so she can't deal with your kids. I need to take her to the hospital still. You need to stop talking about all this nonsense and start looking for a babysitter or a daycare. It's going to work out a lot better for you. What time are you going? Huh? To the hospital. I'm already headed there now. Lydia? Ms. Lydia? What the hell? You ran off after leaving the kids at my parents' house? What is wrong with you? I told you I have to go to the office starting this morning. I didn't really have a choice. I'll go pick them up this afternoon. That's not the problem here. My mother and I are at the hospital right now, so we can't go home. My father is completely confused as to what he should be doing and what's going on. You need to cut your shit out. You left your kids at my parents' house, claiming you should be glad that I'm letting you see your grandkids. How rude can you be? Just so you know, I don't mind if you guys buy them clothes or toys. You can just keep them at your parents' house. I'm going to leave them at your parents' house every day anyway. I'll be okay on the weekends, but when I have to go away on business trips, make sure it's okay for them to stay overnight. And just to be extra crystal clear, do not let them have any interaction with those boys of yours, all right? Are we good? Hey, I didn't say yes to any of this. You don't have a choice. I'm going to work now. See ya. All right, I just swung by the office for today, so I'm all done. I'll be heading over there to pick them up now. They're not here. Huh? What do you mean they're not here? My father was at his wit's end, so after that, I had them picked up by your sisters. I called them as soon as you left. What? You're joking, right? Your sister that lives with your father at his place came by to pick them up real quick. My older sister? Yeah. I don't believe it. You messaged her without telling me? I didn't realize. I didn't think that you were that kind of person that would lack common sense like that. My sister and I haven't been on speaking terms for a long time, and then you go and give her my kids? You shut up about common sense. You need to stop. Your sister, she was apologizing nonstop to me. I'm so sorry for my younger sister's rudeness. I think she said that's the normal common sense, I think. My dad also had a rise in his blood pressure. He got sick and collapsed. What the hell have you done? Raise your own damn kids. You made my older sister apologize? And where are my kids? Give me back my kids! How about you message your older sister and ask yourself? You know I can't do that. Yeah, I do know, actually. You left your own father's home because you didn't want to take care of him. You moved all the way over here to avoid him, right? That's not true. Also, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. You didn't know that there was a daycare specifically for employees at your workspace. How did you... You spoke to my father, right? You said that it was too expensive for you to use. If you have money to spend on your own stupid clothing and expensive purses, maybe you should spend some money on your kids. What are you talking about? Oh, come on. It takes 2 seconds to figure out that you're in love with Chanel. It's not some kind of great big mystery. Also, I spoke to my brother. My father's pretty damn pissed. What did you tell him? Oh, about today? He said that he doesn't want you in his property ever again. He also said that if he ever sees you on his property again, he will cut ties with you, your kids, and my brother. He's just bluffing. Oh, and your older sister apparently agreed with everything too, just so you know. My older sister? Yeah, the one and only. I know that you need help because you had twins at a relatively older age, but maybe you should have considered, I don't know, talking to people around you for help other than just pushing your kids onto them. Where are my babies? Also, let's go back to the Chanel thing for a second. Apparently, my brother didn't know anything about it. You told James about it? I didn't, but my father did. He was pretty surprised. You and your family, you're seriously screwing everything up for me. If you don't give my kids back, I'm going to sue you for abduction. I'm literally telling you where they are. Just call your sister. They're at your parents' house. Also, going forward, don't ever have any interaction with me or mine again. Then who's going to take care of them? I don't know. Figure it out. If you want me to look after them, then you better be willing to pay. At least the same amount as my part-time job. Also, I don't want to cause any undue stress to my father, so don't go to my parents' house ever again. I'm sorry about this time, but can you please get my kids back from my older sister? What? What are you saying? Please, I really don't want to see my older sister. I'm sorry about this. I don't care. You talk down about my kids. Just so you know, those kids you made fun of, they're the ones most concerned about your kids. Maybe you should learn from them. Take care of your own kids. Whatever, if you come back to my parents' house, I'll call the police. I told your older sister as well. Don't ever come again. Lydia ended up calling her older sister even though she didn't want to. She did go pick up her kids from her father's house. She didn't even tell them about the fact that she had kids. She was scolded till her ears bled. They said that if she wasn't willing to responsibly raise the kids, they would take custody of them. She couldn't take off from work more than she already had, so she used up her PTO as much as she could, but it left a heavy impact on her chance of promotions and pay raises. If only she didn't spend so much money on her stuff, then maybe, just maybe, she would have had some money left to be looked after at a daycare, or even asking Carolyn for help with looking after them. Her husband James didn't help either. At the end, he contributed nothing. Carolyn's parents don't talk to Lydia at all anymore. In the end, Lydia was way too selfish. Ended up pushing away all the help she could have got around her.